So welcome back, everyone. Let's make sure we're on here right now. There we go. Well, welcome back, everyone. I am so excited about bringing on my next guest. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us, and we're going to be sharing the show in just a little bit. And my next guest has been on with me once before. I have with me Susan Sly, and she is a global productivity expert. You also own Step Into Your Power. You're also been on CNN, CNBC, Fox, ABC. She's an author of several books. I can go on and on. She's been on 3 interviews already today. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, what a productivity expert is, and we want people out there on Facebook. If you want to, you can actually write questions. If you have questions, you can write them right there while we're doing the show. And anyone that wants to call in and ask a question, I'm going to let you do that too. Welcome to the show.
Well, thanks, Carol, for having me, and most importantly, I'm a mom, and shouts out to all the parents who are navigating everything. They've got kids, they've got work, and actually what you can't see is my youngest one is here in the studio with Carol and I.
Yes, she is.
So what is a productivity expert? What I specialize in is helping small business owners, entrepreneurs, side hustlers become more productive so they can grow and scale the business and become wildly successful. And right now in this current climate, entrepreneurs, small business owners, they're the future of how we're going to navigate out of this.
Well, I'll tell you something, we're in a very, very strange time right now, okay? And I think there's a lot of people that are starting. They've had to kind of learn it on their own with that kind of by themselves because they've been forced into this, right? Tell people a little bit about you, because you're yourself, what you do is just incredible on a daily basis. You work out of your home, am I correctly on that?
I have an office. I have a home office. I've been at the home office. Today was actually my first day back in my office for a few months. We have a tech team for a company that I'm the co-CEO of here in Phoenix, Radius AI. And so we have a tech team in Tempe. I have an office in Scottsdale. I have my home office.
And kids and family and everything else that you do as well. So let me say this, that many consider you the go-to expert for the side hustle marketing. There are people listening who have, lost their jobs and things like that. Tell us what we should be doing and, help us out here.
Absolutely. In any adversity, as you know, Carol, because you're such a champion, right? In any adversity, there's a lot of opportunity. And so during COVID-19, we have seen a lot of people start businesses and change their businesses. And so when we're thinking about the opportunities now, it's thinking about this. There are more people working from home. Facebook, Google, they said to their employees, you can stay at home. We have some uncertainty. Will kids be able to go back to school? So I have clients who've taken their physical businesses, music teaching, and turn them into virtual businesses. Mm-hmm. I want to share just a quick story. So Jocko Willink, he has one of the top podcasts in the world. What he did during COVID, no one could get home gym equipment. So he started a company, and they were 2, I think, satchels of some sort. You could order them and fill them with cement, dust, or sand or whatever, make your own kettlebells. There are a lot of people who are starting businesses now. I think this is the best time to be starting a business, to really think about where do you want to be a year from now, 2, 5 years from now, because this is not the last time we're going to have adversity.
Now, when you work with people, I know you've had workshops that you do, books that you have that they can get from you too. Do you like to have people call you and talk to you, and how does it work when they work with you?
Sure. So I do virtual workshops. I also do live workshops. We have an event coming up here in Phoenix called the Ultimate Marketing Experience. It's for small business owners, entrepreneurs, side hustlers. And so we have the top experts who come in and teach on TikTok, YouTube, podcasting, marketing. Dennis Yu, who is the global Facebook expert, he's one of our keynotes on the Friday. And so we have all of these people teaching small business owners how to become successful, because it's a big world to navigate. It's very complicated.
And that's a virtual sort of an event?
It's a live event.
It's actually a live event. Where is it?
It's going to be in downtown Phoenix, September 24th to 28th. It starts Thursday night. I'm keynoting, and I'm opening up with how to navigate challenging times in business. And we also have Dr. Diane Hamilton. She is a local Scottsdale gal. She is an expert in curiosity. She also used to run Forbes University. We have Jeffrey, who runs JR Garage. They have over 1.1 followers on YouTube, 1.1 million rather. He was a millionaire at 16. He's 20 years old now. We have Casey Adams. He's got the top podcast in the world for Gen Z. We have all this wealth of people who come, and so you learn and then you work on your business, and you learn and you work on your business. It's unlike any event. It's the event I always want to attend.
Is that, I want to go. Is that event, all the information on your website?
It is.
And tell them where to go for that.
They can go to agency8.com. That's the digital marketing agency that I own. And it is going to be in downtown Phoenix.
And that's going to be September 24th through 28th. The people obviously are going to have to register for that.
Correct.
Right.
And we only have, I think, about 13 spots left. People can wear masks. We've got 2 nurse practitioners coming. We're going to do fever checks every day. It's going to be an amazing
Let's
event.
hope by then everything is kind of calmed down a little bit with
girl.
all this. I'll tell you, it has been crazy. But here's what we're doing. I mean, I hate to say this, man, but I love when I talk to my women out there that are entrepreneurs that really get it together like this. I mean, I'm not saying that men don't, they do, but women, man, we make it happen, I'll tell you, it's amazing. And I think that what you've hit it on the head. We've all had to think, we've been told to think outside the box. Now we've had to think outside of the box. And with the people that are listening that are small business owners, or you've started something, this is where to go. She is somebody that you should listen to and talk to. When someone has experience, that's who you want to listen to and talk to, because they're going to help you get through. And don't feel like any question's a bad question or a stupid question, because they're not. You can call in here if you want and ask. Our number here is 602-277-5369. You can also do it on Facebook. She'd love for people to have a little interaction out there on Facebook as well. Go up on the website. It's Agency8, and that's the number 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
.com, and you'll see all the information about this wonderful event that they're going to have, a live event, and they're going to make it safe for everybody to be there. We have less than a minute. What do you want to say before we go to a break? Anything to them?
The person who's listening right now going, should I start a business, or should I expand my current business? My answer is yes. Just do it.
Yeah,
and when we come back, we're going to give some great tips on how to.
I can't wait. And I'll tell you something. You can't say, okay, there's a better time. There is no bad time. The best time to do it is when you're thinking about it. And you know what? The more you think about it, the more it's going to get better and better and better. And you're going to bring more and more to you by thinking positive, good thoughts about it. So we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further. I can't wait to hear the tips. I want to learn myself. And I've been doing this for 13 years. You can never not learn. So go up on her website. It's agency8.com. Check her out on Facebook as well. And we're live here and here. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk further. Hold on tight.
That was great. You good?
I mean, my thing hurts, but that's okay. We didn't have a spinny chair, so I'll take it.
How's the sound and everything? It's good.
I did great. Are you okay with me?
Oh,
I
you're
kind of like ad-lib a little bit.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can ask me anything, really.
Yeah, no, I know that.
When
go
I was
ahead.
when I was doing the show in the UK this morning, it's this very well-known woman, Camelita, and we had this whole discussion about people trying to teach things when they hadn't earned the right to do it. And it was good. It was like, we don't need more fake influencers out there, right?
No.
So.
What I want to do is come back and talk about, so we're going to talk about the tips that you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So being live on Facebook for right now too, though, for the people that are listening, what do you talk to them and tell them what you'd like to say right now?
Sure. I think if you're watching on Facebook right now, just put your question in the chat right now. I will, after after I get back to my office, one of my offices, I will go in and answer the questions. I think, you know, if you're thinking about starting a business or you have a business or your business changed, I'd love to answer those questions. It's my favorite thing to do is really serve the small business community.
Well, I would love for you to have your own show. Why don't you? You ever thought about doing that?
I had my own show a long time ago.
Okay.
I want to have my own show again. I
Yeah,
love
yeah, yeah.
I love radio. It's
Yeah,
my
I would
favorite.
love that. You should do that. You should think about that.
Well, let's talk about that.
I'll talk to you about it after the show real quickly, what that would look like.
You can say hi to everyone on Facebook if you want to come around.
They
and
may
wave.
not be able to see you, but if you want to come on over here and be with your mom for a second and wave, you can. It's hard when you're little.
I'd love to talk about too how technology is changing the world. You know, because we'll have some time for that, and it's powerful. People can't rely on the jobs they have now. The whole world is changing. It's accelerated, not in a scary way, but you know.
It's scary to us older people because we don't know technology at all. I've had to learn how to edit videos. I've had to learn how to do things that I don't, there's nobody to do it, and I wanted to make sure my clients had what I had told them they were gonna get. So guess what, Carol, you had to learn how to do it. And, you know, and out of something bad, it all happens all the time, something good comes out of it because I'm now able to put in more content, because they don't know you guys, I know you. I get to put in more content, which is better for you guys. So welcome back, everyone. So we're still live on Facebook, and Susan is saying, you know what, if you've got questions, if you're a small business owner and you want to know how to make it through these tough times, if you're thinking about, should I start a business or not, if I have some questions, you can write them right there on Facebook if you like, and just leave it there. She said she's going to answer them later on. If you don't, and we do this later on after I share the show, that's okay. I'll be sharing it afterwards. People who are listening, if you want to call in and you have a question, you can. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And no, we don't have a lot of time, but we will try and get a call in. So I want to talk about, you said that you had some tips, all right? I'm ready because I need to get some tips. And you know what? You always need some new freshness. I don't care how long you've been in business. So tell us a little bit about some tips for people who are just starting.
Absolutely. And Carol and I were speaking offline, if you saw it on Facebook. We're talking about aging and technology. And do you know one of the top TikTokers right now is an 88-year-old grandma? Every video she puts up has millions and millions of views. And I think I want to start there is let's get rid of this notion that we're too old to do something. And I know some of you might look at me and so I'm almost 50. So I was the last generation.
It's not fair that you're almost 50 and I look like I look. Go ahead.
I'm getting over food poisoning too, so I apologize. But I was the last generation that didn't grow up with technology, Gen X, right? And we're in this generation right now where we have the highest expenses. We have kids at home. One of mine just graduated from ASU, $200,000 in tuitions, right? So we have a lot of stress, and this is a big generation, people 40 plus who are starting businesses. In fact, it's one of the biggest.
Oh yeah.
And so when we think about business, we want to think about three areas. The first area is infrastructure. So that's all of our legal, our trademarking, the NDAs, setting up the corporate structure. The second phase is creating awareness for our business, and that's why I love your show. And all of the people who come on your show, they come back again and again and again because it's a great use of time, right? And then the third thing is conversion. And this is where the landscape has changed. Not much has changed in infrastructure. We set up a company, we get the accountant, we do whatever. How we create awareness and how we convert has changed dramatically since 2008. So we must be optimizing social media. Not all social media channels pertain to specific brands, right? So TikTok is an example. It was previously called Musical.ly. TikTok is interesting because there were a lot of kids on TikTok. Now TikTok I think is valued at something like $75 billion. And it is one of the fastest growing business channels out there. So if Carol and I take, a 15-second video today, which we will, I'm going to make her do it. We're going to put it up on TikTok and give you that promo. So there are a lot of things changing. The great thing with social media is even though it's free to deploy, you've got to use your money wisely in terms of creating the awareness, in terms of creating the conversions. And that's why I think that the biggest thing for anyone to understand is we've got to embrace technology regardless of the business we're in. We have to know the right platform, and I'm happy to talk about which kinds of businesses work with which platforms, and we have to treat social media like a job. And we also need to have different back-end optimization. Carol, there are businesses that have done well during this crisis and ones that haven't, and I can pinpoint it down to just a few key things.
And it's so important for us, and I'm one of them. Okay, I'm the same person as you out there that's listening, because I'm 62. I have a business that it was created out of a whim, out of a necessity, and I too have trouble with understanding that social media and all of that, but I had to find a way of bringing people in to help me. And a lot of people, we don't want to ask for help and we think we can't afford it, but there's a way you can do it sometime, that you can figure out how you can help each other and have it work for you. It's important to understand websites still. I know a lot of people that don't have their websites up and they're not up to snuff. You still have to have that. So much that and don't be afraid of it. And I'm telling you, people out there that are listening, because we have an older audience, a lot of them have started their own businesses out of necessity, out of the first crash that we just had, in 2008, like you said.
And at our agency, as an example, so most of our clients are side hustlers who are 40 plus. And right now this summer, we're offering a course on TikTok, and we just launched it today. And the oldest person who just registered, I think, is 73. Like, this is one of the things we're so passionate about, is teaching people who are boomers, who are in Gen X, how to grow and scale their businesses in this landscape.
That's us. You're talking to them right now. Now, the website is agency8.com. You can go up there and, do you have right now, what you say this programs that you have, how can they get some immediate help from you? Because that's what they want right now. I need it right now.
So we have so many resources. One thing we do that's really, really different, and I'll just go into this super quick. So during the crisis, businesses that communicated here in Arizona, as soon as they reopened, the restaurant was full, the spa was full, the yoga studio was full. So we saw businesses that used a CRM system, a customer management system, a really good one. You shouldn't be spending about more than $150 a month. And they were sending emails, they were doing virtual things. My yoga studio, as an example, Radiate Hot Yoga is where I go, shouts out to them. They were communicating the whole time. The first day they opened, every spot was full. Conversely, there is another business that didn't communicate. No one even knew or knows if they're open. So what we do for our clients, if they have a CRM with us, they get free weekly training. So we just had one today on TikTok. I do sales and marketing. I've built sales and marketing channels that have totaled over 1.7 billion in sales, and we do this all for free for our clients. We have clients right now. One of my clients is an autism consultant. She just got quoted in the New York Times and Forbes for free. And this is the stuff we teach our clients for free.
Wow, it's awesome. You got to go up on the website. It's agency8. That's the number 8.com. And also, don't forget, in September, tell them a little bit about it real quickly.
We have the ultimate marketing experience coming up, and this is where business owners come. They learn all of the social media, they learn all of the sales, all of the marketing, and you don't just sit there and take notes. We teach you, and then the trainer has you work and come back and then do your work. So we're not just teaching
so
you.
So it's hands-on.
It is so hands-on. You're going to get more done in 3.5 days than you probably have the last 3.5 months.
Awesome. Okay, so another tip that you might want to give out.
I would say the biggest tip right now for anyone is embracing the learning. I'm currently studying at MIT. It's not easy, right? It's to add all of that on. But when I became the co-CEO of Radius AI, which is an artificial intelligence company based here in Phoenix, we specialize in healthcare and retail, I had to learn skills. I haven't coded anything, Carol, since 1990. I'm not even
kidding.
And
it's different today.
It is so different. So I had to do that immersion. And my big message to anyone, like you said, don't resist the learning. don't resist the learning.
Right. And you know, this is right here what you're hearing here. And again, I'm going to talk about networking. I did a little bit earlier today. Maybe you know somebody who's starting a business. Write this down. Agency, the number 8.com. Tell them about it. You yourself, we all have somebody in our family that is dealing with change right now. And a lot of people have had to start businesses. Maybe you have been thinking about it for a long time and you haven't done it. I liked what you call the other ones that kind of do stuff on the side. What did you call them?
Side hustlers.
Side hustlers. And so many people out there. And even if you're retired and you're doing it, don't just do it as a hobby. Maybe do it as it's something that could turn into something and flourish for you.
There are, I believe, something like 32 million side hustlers in the United States right now. And my advice is, focus on it. It's going to be messy. You're working your job. You're doing your side hustle. Save up 6 to 12 months of your salary and then take it full time, right?
Oh my God, absolutely. Because, you can't, if you're going to do something, let's do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you might have started it for a necessity because you needed it to have a little bit of extra money. Sometimes people get into things that they're doing because they got turned on to it by somebody else. But honestly, you might be able to turn around and maybe quit the job that's the full-time working for somebody. What do you think about people that work on their own, that they're their own bosses?
Well, there's that great freedom, but the world is changing, and this is something you and I have been talking about. So some of the jobs we think are long-term jobs are probably not going to be there. And when we come back after the break, one of the things I'll talk about is what are some of the jobs that probably won't be here in 5 to 10 years?
Talk about it now, because we're not
Okay.
going to break after,
Okay.
so go ahead.
I'm things like accounting, attorneys, so legal clerks, x-ray technicians, those things you went to school for and you have $150,000, $250,000 in debt. McKinsey study came out last year, 800 million jobs are going to be displaced
How
by
scary.
machine learning, artificial intelligence in the next 9 years. But with COVID, that accelerated it, because what happened with companies? They're laying off people working from home, even teachers. One teacher can virtually teach 40 kids. Before, that one teacher maybe taught 15 to 20 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So companies are seeing it, and it's just the world we live in. You can be mad about it or not, or you can adapt.
You know what? I was just going to say that. Honestly, it's a scary subject, but here's the deal. It is fact, and we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves and make sure that we are doing things still making us happy, right?
Yeah.
And obviously starting your own business is number one. What are your final words for everybody out there?
For anyone listening, it takes a lot of guts and courage, and you're going to doubt yourself on the journey. I would say get an amazing support group. I would say, as I said, learn the skills. Tune into shows like this. You're going to be inspired all of the time, and I don't care how old you are, you've got to adapt.
I'll tell you one thing too. When she said that to be able to talk to somebody that you can understand and that can help you, she's perfect for that. Go up onto her website and check her out. It's agency, the number 8.com. And if maybe you don't think you need it, tell somebody about it. Again, it's agency 8, the number 8.com.